Shinji Mikami says Resident Evil 4's camera wasn't meant to be groundbreaking. Resident Evil 7 could have been a live service game. In a new discussion with Resident Evil 7 executive producer Shinji Mikami on the official Biohazard YouTube channel, Mikami, who wrote and directed the fourth Resident Evil game, said the team simply decided that a moving third-person over-the-shoulder camera would work better than the fixed camera angles used in the first three Resident Evil titles, aka tank controls.
AKA bad.
However, the camera proved to be so effective that it was cited as one of the main reasons for the game's overwhelming critical success and subsequent status. I would agree with that.
100%. I mean, that is one of the reasons why it was revolutionary.
It revolutionized the third-person horror game, or the survival horror game in general,
Yeah.
really.
It reinvented it.
Right. 100%. I don't know how to say this man's name, so forgive me, but Takeuchi also revealed that the Gears of War team told him that they based their game's camera on the Resident Evil 4 viewpoint.
Yeah, Gears of War, arguably too, a revolutionary third-person, shooter.
Yeah.
So,
quote, "It felt natural, oddly enough," Mikami explained. "We weren't planning on doing something innovative, but in the end, everyone kept saying that we did. To us personally, we just thought the angle was better. We weren't trying to do something new or groundbreaking. There was none of that."
They did.
End quote. Mikami said the first person who praised the change of camera was Super Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai.
Quote, making games.
He came to check out the game in development and asked, "Who came up with this camera system?" He said, "Hey, yeah, that was me. This is great," he said. "Whoa, really?" I responded. End quote.
Yeah. So
Cool,
I included, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I included this because they've been doing this like this video series. There's a couple other of them in it too, just talking about Resident Evil. Just to reiterate the fact that, I mean, first of all, I know the game is getting remade. Resident Evil 4 specifically is getting remade. We're gonna get that at some point. But the game is good, and we just played it not that long ago on our channel, a full playthrough, my first time playing it, and it's slick, and I want to play it again, and I love this game, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I thought it was slick.
If you want to watch our full playthrough, head over to youtube.com/hapticintel and just look for our Resident Evil series.
Yeah, there's a whole playlist of it.
There you go.
This next one, a little bit more abysmal in regards to Resident Evil.
Yeah, so this is more Resident Evil news. Resident Evil 7 could have been a live service game. Wow. So in a previous video in the same series published last week, Takeuchi revealed that Capcom originally wanted Resident Evil 7 Biohazard to be a live service game with online multiplayer and microtransactions.
No.
According to Takeuchi, Capcom was putting pressure on the development team to implement such features in the game until he was asked to join the project and scrap those plans.
Good.
Quote, "We went down the list, chopping them out until we had marketing's worst nightmare, a regular old single-player horror game. That's what we ended up with." End quote, he explained. This is bad.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they announced... First of all, the series was effectively fucked at that point after 5 and 6, right? Can you imagine if their response was to come out with a live service fucking shillfest? Whoever at Capcom thought that was a good idea should not be working there anymore.
Yeah, for the mainline entry in your series, because they did a bunch of spin-off bullshits, right?
Right.
Operation Raccoon City and all that bullshit.
Right. But all they needed to do was literally go back to the series roots, effectively, which they did from a first-person perspective, you know?
Right.
But they went more back to the horror elements of it, the survival aspect. They did the VR stuff.
They did exactly what Resident Evil 4 did,
right?
Which was make a big change to the series that could shake things up, and you know,
and it worked. Can you imagine, dude? If this was like a live service, like microtransaction garbage game,
dude, that game is so good.
Game is great.
Resident Evil 7 is so good,
phenomenal.
Village, even I don't know if I don't know. I don't even know if I like Village better than 7. What?
I like the story in Village better than 7.
Right. I like the setting in Village better.
Yes, minus the factory.
Yeah, I don't really.
When I think back to that game, I'm like, I don't really like the factory part.
Yeah.
The factory part was really long and annoying.
Yeah.
But that game also, I mean, Resident Evil 7 is genuinely a scary experience from start to finish. Resident Evil 8 has a part that fucking terrified me.
The dolls.
Dude, that section was hard for me to play.
Yeah.
That shit tapped into something primal in my fear, like in my list of fears, and it fucking exploited it. And yeah. That being said, I would love to play both of them again. I probably will whenever we get through 5 and 6.
Yeah, and we have them on the deck now too.
The Deke.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Haptic Intel. Did you do it? Subscribe right now.